But your phone is still shaking. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
How is that?
Good morning. This is 2A Radio. Wherever you are, we want to say welcome. And today is a brand new edition of the program, the African Action Network. And we have a very special guest with us this morning. She's no one else but Reverend Mother Eugenia Sandy. Those of you who were in Liberia 2011, the name is not strange in the Liberian body politics, but she's a mother and she's a caring person that we thought she understand what is going on in Liberia. And so looking at 2023 general presidential elections, I wondering whether Liberians are knowledgeable as to what kind of leaders they need to find for their country. Are they satisfied with the current leadership? Do they need the current leadership for next election or to be elected next year? In the same vein, we asked the question: Are the House of Representatives they satisfied with the people in there? Or what kind of quality of people should they look for? So without looking at those who are in government, there are leadership qualities that people always want to find. So in the face of that, we have brought Mother Sandy to help us to give our own perspective on what kind of leadership the people of Liberia should be looking for. You know, those who study the Bible, they have some better understanding as to what leadership is. So that's the reason why we brought Mother Sandy in this morning. If you're in Africa, I think it's the afternoon hour. So we want to say welcome and be our guest, share the video, and also make a comment. We'll be glad to hear from you too. All right. So thank you, Mother Sandy. Welcome to 2A Radio.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. It's a pleasure that we have you, and we want to say thank you for honoring our invitation. Let's start by asking you, how you feeling? How life of you?
I am feeling great. I am feeling great. All thanks to God.
Okay. So we want to look at Liberia's current situation. Have you been following Liberia in recent time, or do you know what's going on in Liberia?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What will you say about Liberia? What is your own perspective of the current affairs in Liberia? What are you hearing? What are you seeing? What can you say that is happening in Liberia that you think, whether good or bad, that you want to give your view on?
Right now, I
Yeah.
believe the current state in Liberia needs serious political and economical rescue. Election is very crucial for the survivability of Liberia. Therefore, voting must be done for the love of the nation, the love of the country, and not because an individual has given you bags of rice or etc., what needs to be done in the past years. This is a time now where we must think of our children, our grandchildren, those who are the future leaders. What do we want to leave them in? So therefore, our decision in voting must be different. It must be because we want a better nation. Liberia's situation is so critical. I, you know, I'm saddened each time I think about it. the country needs to be resurrected. The country needs light. We're in darkness right now, and we need
Wow.
light. In all that we're doing, we need changes. There need to be changes economically, there need to be changes in the health system. There need to be an all-round change for us to see a better future.
Wow.
Therefore, when we are talking about a better Liberia, we need to sit, and really think of our betterment, the betterment of the nation. People now need to be more educated, in thinking about what the future of the country should hold, what the future of the country should be, because of what they are going through right now, because of the situation that the country is right now.
That's very good. And those are very important points that you are emphasizing. The country, in other people judgment, they feel the country is sick, and people are giving their perspective as to what is going on in Liberia. And some of the things I'm hearing from you is true. Liberia need to come from where it is. But I think I should ask you this question first, right? But maybe some people see you for the first time. I'm not sure people know you very well. I mean, those who have not seen you, who have not heard about you. But let me just reverse a little bit and ask you to say something about yourself. Who is this lady that is now calling for a better Liberia? Who is not Reverend Sandy, Reverend Mother Eugenia Sandy, that is now speaking? Who is she? Maybe a little bit about yourself.
I am Reverend Eugenia Victoria Sandy.
Okay.
I am the president of IOAH, the International Organization for the Advancement of Humanity.
Okay.
I am also the wife of Reverend Kennedy G. Sandy, the political leader of the LTP, the Liberian Transformation Party.
Wow.
I am a humanitarian. My love is for humanity. So I'm always concerned when it comes to humanity.
That's good. What's about your education? Can you tell a little bit about?
Okay. Okay. I graduated with a degree in theology. I also have several other credence. I run an organization as a president. I worked for the George Washington University for 22 years.
Wow.
As an administrator of a department, the MTA, Masters of Tourism Administration.
Wow.
And my educational background is so long, I don't want to prolong it.
Yeah, okay. I wanted people who probably would be listening to you to know a little bit about you. That's the reason why I was asking this
Okay,
question.
sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's go back to some of our concerns about Liberia. You are generally looking at Liberia. What do you think the women of Liberia, their conditions are, and what do you think Liberian women should focus on general? What's because since you run an organization, how you look at Liberian women right now? Let me say Liberian women and children. How you look at the condition when you said about them in Liberia?
The women and the children of Liberia are in a very bad shape. When I say bad shape, I mean they are in need of serious help, serious aid. The healthcare is very, very expensive for a small nation like Liberia, one that a single mother cannot afford, a single parent cannot afford, one that an older woman or a widow cannot afford. The medication is very, very expensive, which means that if you are sick, let's just take malaria, for example, you cannot even afford to buy the medication for malaria. Each time I come across the women and children of Liberia, they are shedding tears, and I shed tears. Because, their way of life, the way of living, a lot of them, they say, we finish, oh man, we finish. We just here, we finish.
Wow.
Those are the sentences you can hear. And it is heartbreaking when you think that you are in a country where you were born, and yet still there's nothing good that you can look forward to, because a lot of them have given up. They have totally given up. The school children, school fees are a problem. Much more so the daily feeding, what one can eat from day to day. It's a problem. It's an issue. So the women and children of Liberia are very, very important that we must put into consideration.
Right.
It's all good, politics, politics, politics. But what is the politics? The nation, the people in the country are the one who have to, make politics happen. Because if there's nobody there to vote for you, you cannot take the seat. So let us think of these, those people who are important. And the important people here, I believe, women, number one, the children. The women take care of the children. And how can they take care of the children if they are unable to? If there is no finances? They have given up. They have given up. The country is getting poor and poorer each day. I know this because I've paid so many medical bills, school fees, graduation fees, and even most of the students say, thank you, mother. Now we've graduated. Where do we go? What do we do? Because we don't see any future. They do not see any future. So it's really a frustrating period right now for the women. The state is getting worse.
Okay, those are good observation, and the reason I'm asking because you are wife of a former presidential candidate, Reverend Sunday. All right, you have been engaged with most Liberians, and from that time up to this period, and 2011, we saw how forceful you people were. Your husband wanted to be president of Liberia. And but before we go to that question, let me ask you the main reason why you are here. The leadership of Liberia. I think that's the crust of the matter. You spoke about it. What type of leadership do you want to see for Liberia? The quality of leader do you want to see for Liberia? That you can advise Liberians to say, okay, these are the quality of people you need to find for president. These are the quality of people you need to find for those who want to be legislators, senators, and representatives.
I want us all as Liberians to sit and focus on those who are coming in to run, to make sure they have the love for the nation, the love for the people. That is the first credence. Because when you have the love for the nation, the love for the people, you will do everything to make sure that Liberia is okay, because it is your love. And you want a better education system, you will want a better running water,
right?
You will want everything that you will want will be the best. Why? Because you love that nation. But when we have leaders who are coming in because of the love of the title, president, that's a problem. And I've seen throughout the years where people are only coming in because, oh, I want to be the president. and that's where the problem is coming in. Therefore, they're only thinking of themselves and the title and not what is behind that title, what you need to do to hold that title, what you need to do to make sure that your nation is number one. Liberia is a very small country, and look at the development. What are we proud of?
Right.
We need to have a nation that, we love. Anywhere we go, we are proud.
Right.
So anyone who wants to be a leader, I will urge any voters to please make sure that person has the love of the nation. And how do you know the person has the love for the nation? How the person is interacting with you as an individual. Are they bribing you to go and wear their t-shirt? Are they giving you bags of rice because they want you to vote for them? Or are they sincerely asking you, what is your problem? How can I help you? With nothing tied to it, but just that love for you as an individual, you as a human being. So first and foremost, let us put the love of the nation when it comes to our voting.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So there are a lot of political parties in Liberia, and I think your husband is also one of the political leaders. And what do you think? Is there an organized political party in Liberia that you think can, campaign on the basis of some of the basic things you're talking about, love for nation, being selfless, and be prepared to look at the people's interest?
Right now, when I look at all the political parties, and you just stated that my husband is part of a political institution. So I do not want to go into that because then it's like, oh, she's boosting her husband, etc., etc. But I want to say something here that might, ring a bell to a lot of people. 2011, an incident took place in Grand Cape Mount County, where a lot of the partisans of LTP were killed. And Reverend Kennedy Sandy stopped his campaign. He stopped the campaign and said, presidency is one thing, but lives matters. And he concentrated on the people in burying all those who were killed. He did that. No other political party came to aid. He did that. He buried all the people. And the partisans were asking, but Reverend, why we stop the campaign? It said, because they mattered to me. It's lives. Lives matters. It is not about the seat. It is about the people.
So let me ask you: do you can the followers, is Reverend Sandy going to take part in next year election, 2023 election? Since you're the wife, I'm sure you tailored some of his discussion, advise him. Is he going to take part into next year election?
Okay, Reverend Kenny is a politician, but also he belongs to an entity, LTP, whereby they've got to, do what is necessary to get to that stage. So there is a convention, planned. They have a convention. So after the convention, then I believe that will come to the open to say, yes, I am running, etc., etc. But right now, I cannot, dwell into that because until after the convention.
Okay. I mean, that's a fair. I mean, every party should have an executive committee, and the leadership actually is supposed to plan before pronouncement. But I was just, I mean, seeing whether you have any knowledge about his intention. Again, even though he's a husband, but he has his own political ideas and whatever he want to do. We hope we have him here one day too, so we can, quiz him and also have to discuss with him.
Of course.
What advice can you tell the current government, even though it's almost like late, we have just 1 month to election. What advice can you give the current leader of Liberia, leaders, not just the president, meaning those who are there? What do you think they can do, or is it late for them to achieve some of the major plans they had for the country? Saying we just have next year's election, but I mean, almost the politics, the kind of people that you see on the stage. Do you have any word of advice for them, even as they are and
Um,
are preparing for next year election?
okay, as they are right now, my advice will be to make sure that a free and fair election
Right,
comes into force in 2023 by putting all what needs to be put into place, the census,
right.
the biometric voters registration, you know, and for the election to move forward.
Okay, I think those are two important points: biometric voting and census. The census
Yes.
is not. There's too much noise about the census, and we are not sure whether the census will be conducted this year. We already almost in December, and the festive season is around. So, but yeah, I will agree with you. These are things that the government is supposed to take care of, and prepare for next year election. Election should be free, fair, and transparent. I will also agree with you on that. But in terms of development, do you think it's late for the current government to probably build a coastal highway and to do more other stuff before next year election?
Yeah, I believe it's late because they can start the project,
Okay,
but I mean, 5 years gone, right?
right, right.
So at least something could have been done within that time.
I agree.
But I believe they can do what they can, but right now I think the important thing is to make sure that the preparation for a fair election is in place.
Wow, that's a fair analysis, because and this is where some of us started to stay safe from the onset. You have 6 years for leadership and 5 years gone out of that 6 year. And everyone, there's no secret that even from now to next year is going to be all about politics, right? So I will agree with you more when you say they should try to set into motion what can be done for next year elections, meaning conduct census, make decision about biometric. Do you think is biometric voting is possible in Liberia with all of the electricity situation, with all of the situation going on? You think we can use
Uh,
biometric in this coming election?
Not for this election, no, I don't think so, because I think it should have been well prepared,
Right.
before this time. But I think it's too late for that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
only the government can, that's why I'm saying they need to see to a free and fair election.
I agree. I agree. I agree. And I think the current government, we don't know, but I don't think there's an all right decision on that biometric. But it is indeed, because even if you agree, Liberians need to be educated as to how they're going to use these gadgets, whether it's going to be
Hmm.
phone or whatever. So there's a lot of preparation need to be done. Like for example, the census. There are a lot of confusion right now. There was no information to the people. The people were not well informed. They didn't know what to do. And then that's the chaos right now in Liberia. And we hope that they will probably get adjusted to that, because census is important. Without those numbers to say, okay, this is the exact population of Liberia. Yesterday, they said this, the global information we have is that the world now stands at 8 billion, the population of the world. So I was telling somebody, a person was laughing. They say 8 billion. I mean, Liberia is not part of the 8 billion, because it's like we have not been.
You don't know the numbers.
Yeah, we don't know our own numbers. So how would the globe know our numbers? So I
That's
mean, those are,
right.
it sound funny, but these are serious issues. You can
Of
have
course.
people dying. There's no way. That's a whole country. People dying and people being born, and you don't take stuck on
Hmm.
these people. You don't know their status. You know, so it's like everybody just gets on their head. Oh no, the population is
Exactly.
5 million. We all keep singing this song, but in actuality, we do not know the population of Liberia. Even the president of Liberia does not know the population of the country, and it's saddening.
And that
Uh-huh.
so and that the population of the nation needs to be known
Right,
before election, because how are
right,
you going to know how many people there are, how many
yeah,
voted, and
right,
how can you claim your win when we did not know how many people were there in the first place for X
right,
amount to have voted for you to
right.
have won,
That's
or
true.
anybody, you know what I'm saying, anybody to have won.
Hmm.
So it's
Uh,
crucial. It's very, very crucial.
yeah. So for those you said it, but I just wanted to note again. Those who are going to be voting for leadership in Liberia. Um, Many of them with their conditions maybe thinking, oh me, I'm not able to vote. I will not take part in the election. Every year I vote, I don't get no result. You know, what do you tell the kind of people? We're going to be talking these things continuously until election, but you know, just to hear from you and probably tell some of these people what they need to do next year elections. We're still far away in terms of the period 1 year, almost 1 year per se. So what do you tell these people? You know, that they can vote, they should not sit on the side, or some of them are frustrated, should they just ignore the process?
Um, I would not advise for them to ignore the process, because the process is their future.
Right,
Having a say in the process determines their future. So I would ask them to observe, do your research, do your homework, talk to people. Um, um, People who are not prejudiced in the sense that, oh, you are this tribe, so vote for that tribe, they give you a bag of rice, they give you X amount, so vote for that person. But someone who you feel has the love and can move the country forward, and place your vote. You know,
I think.
when you have political parties coming to you and talking to you, ask questions. Ask the
Right,
questions that you think that they will think you will never ask. Ask, why do you want to be a president? What do you have to
right,
offer? What do you have to, because you've been in it now. You have been through 5 years already of whatever you've been through,
mhm,
lack of education, lack of healthcare, whatever. I'm just naming, I'm not
right, right, right.
pinpointing on, you understand me? So think
Mhm,
about it, and you yourself as an individual, what have I been through? What have I
right,
achieved? What has been good for me? What do I want for myself? What do I want to see in Liberia? What do I want to see happen right
right,
now? To have any good health care in Liberia, it costs money. What
right,
about that woman who's not working? you
right,
know so many people are dying now because the healthcare, if you want to go to a good hospital, know that you're going to have about 400 to 500 US dollars. Consultation fee about $50. Now tell me, where is that coming from? So these
yeah,
are things that they need to, that individual who is thinking, I'm not good, I'm just going to sit down, I'm not going to vote. You need to vote. You need to make
right.
sure that you have all what you need to be put in place in order, for whoever you want to come in.
Yeah, madam. I mean, I took the time this morning, and we wanted to stick within the 30 minutes. But I mean, I'm not sure we can go a little bit more than that because I have a few concerns from our
Okay.
listeners. All right, so let's answer some of their concerns, and then we ask you for a closing comment. We have a few comments here, and somebody asked the same question: what kind of leaders, should Liberians look for? You said it, but I want you to take note of that. Maybe you can throw light on that again. And this person, Kobe Mitch the Royal, says we need leaders that will make changes, leaders that will work for the people, and by the people, not leaders that will do things as they please. We don't need
Yes.
leaders that will treat their citizens as slaves. The citizens are
Hmm.
the one who make the leaders. But when they get up, then they forget all of that. We need a God-fearing leader. What do you think?
Thank you. Exactly. And like I said before, how do you determine the description that he just gave?
Okay,
By not accepting $5 to wear a t-shirt. Have your own mind and choose who you want, not because they gave you money for t-shirt.
I agree.
Also, not accepting few cups of rice to vote for them, not going in the rally to show that they have thousands of partisans, etc., because they've given you money. You need to take your stand this time and choose a God-fearing leader, one who you really genuinely knows, has the fear of God. And I'm sure that can be determined by the character of the person, you
Right,
know, and what that person, check the background, what that person has done, what that person is likely to do. You cannot just only listen again to what a person say they're going to do, because just like he rightfully said, they say one thing and they come in and they do another,
right.
because you have already taken their $5, so they're not considering you anymore. But
Okay,
whereby you have your own self mind and your respect for the nation and your love for the nation and doing the right thing to make sure you put the rightful leader in, no one can fool you.
okay.
So you need
Let's
to take your stand.
okay, madam. Let's another person. This is Star UB Ganda. He said, "Welcome, Madam Sandy," and he says, "I'm following live from Vonjama City, Lufa County." Okay, and he asked the question, "Where is Reverend Sandy? Is it like other
Rev-
politicians? Is it like other politicians that can only be seen around during political season?"
Okay, let me correct you there, sir. Um, First and foremost, Reverend Sandy is not the type of political leaders who, because he's in Liberia, he keeps talking and talking and talking and talking. He's not that type. He's in Liberia, nobody knows he's there. He's doing what he needs to do. He does a lot for the people. He does not even broadcast it.
Okay,
So those who are used to seeing political leaders, talking and talking and talking, they'll say, where is he? Is he only just going to come in when it's political season? No, he's always there. And Kenny, in fact, left, I think, end of September. He's been there all the time. He left end of September. Know also that he's a businessman. He has businesses that he needs to do. So, but he's always in Liberia, in and out, but nobody knows because it does not come forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've just bought 10 bags of rice for this person. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've just taken that one to the hospital. No, he's not that type of political leader. He does what he does for humanitarians because of the love for the people. He does what he does for the nation because of the love of the country.
okay. I think when we hope to have Reverend himself, where we will probably quiz him one of the days because there are issues that I think Tad question has a lot of political, um, issues in it. And you, as a humanitarian, I mean, you have answered his question. This other person says, "I'm following." Okay, I'm following closely from Ganta City, Nimba County. The topic is very interesting. Okay, we want to stop your mother. I think time is fast spent. I don't want to keep you here for a long time. We might have a time, and we hope that we'll be able to get to another time and where we can talk more.
Sure.
But I don't want to. You said you wanted to work in 30 minutes. We got 4 minutes already.
I
So
can give
in
you a
close,
few more minutes if you want. I can give you a
no,
few more time if you want.
let's end it here. We'll find another time to see whether we can get you, or maybe we hope that you can convince your husband when he probably is around, and then we can also have more discussion, from him
Sure.
too, because he's one of the political leaders. He runs a political party, meaning head of a political institution. And some of the question that Ty is asking, we probably would love to ask him too. Where has he been? And what has
Okay.
happened? Issues are ongoing. What is some of his input? But you just, I mean, there was a specific topic I wanted you to discuss about, and I think you did well. So, what could be your final comment to the leadership, Liberians, even international partners that are close to that country? What do you tell them before we leave it?
To the international partners, I ask, please, that we do not take advantage of the situation that Liberia is in. Yes, Liberia needs help, but let us help willingly, with love, to move another nation, and not because we can reap from the nation. And also to the opposition, I want to say, let us put Liberia first and get together as opposition party with love, peace, and unity for the betterment of Liberia, not for an individual. But let us work collectively to see that we can move Liberia forward. And to the people, I think I've spoken already,
Right.
for those who are thinking that they will not want to vote, please, let us all make sure that, we do what we need to do by, doing a research to know all those who are coming in to run, to see what they can offer and how genuine they are, and how best we can move the nation, which is the, core
All
for
right, madam.
me.
We want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning, and it's an honor to have seen you accepting our invitation to appear this morning. We want to say thank you so much, and please, next time we ask you, be willing, and I know you will always do. And this is a platform that we want Liberians to be really informed, particularly so from this day to the period of elections. So we will contact you anytime we think there's a topic where we need people to come and lay some emphasis. It's better for the people to be informed in order to make a better decision. And people like you, we want to see you people speaking on the issues so that Liberians can take advantage of the real thing, not just there's too much political noise. So it's better in the noise. Let there be truthful information that the people can rely on. So we want to say thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have had you on this show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Love you. Liberia, I love you.
Okay then. Thank you, brother.